What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Leo season, first and foremost, and welcome to Messages from Spirit. I am Michael, your host, and this is where we look ahead for the month ahead, Leo season in particular, which runs from the 22nd of July until the 22nd of August when Virgo season hits. And I'll be first diving into the general reading for everybody's sun sign. What can you expect? What's coming ahead? What are the challenges? What are the opportunities that we can take? And then I'll be going private for the tribe members in Dutch and dive deeper into your sun, moon, and ascendant sign guidance. So that makes it very personal. That makes it so recognizable for everybody. Every month I get messages to where I hear, oh my God, that's literally what's happened. Or I can feel this happening. So if you're interested in the tribe, to join the tribe of now 50 plus members, we exist 3 years now. And honestly, I'm really proud of that because there's many people starting something and not lasting. So the fact that this community is lasting says a lot. It has full moon guidance, new moon guidance, or dark to new moon guidance. There's monthly 5 Kundalini meditations to align with the energy. It is going in a 5-step process. So each meditation has a different purpose, and it opens you up to, well, the whole perspective, because we have 12 zodiac signs, and if you do this for a whole year, you intuitively and practically physically have tuned in to that environment and really felt inside your body, how does that feel? And so you get to know parts of you that you don't normally investigate, and in a 360-degree perspective. So this is what becoming one with your environment is all about. This is what becoming a cyclical living person that is in harmony with nature is all about. Anyway, so let's dive deeper into Leo energy. Checking the recording. I cannot tell you how many times I came prepared, but how many times shit goes wrong. And luckily we're not in a Mercury retrograde now, so I'm happy. So Leo season, the sun is in Leo, right? And hallelujah, this is fire. This is creativity. This is fun. This is romance. This is child's play. And this is where we get this opportunity to dive into our heart. Leo is the heart, and the heart is our center. And obviously the sun is the center of our universe. Well, maybe not. Of our solar system, right, inside this universe that we live in. And so where are we able to shine this month? And that's really for everybody so powerful. Now it's when I look and dive deeper into the energy for this month, I just couldn't believe how fucking amazing this looks like. First and foremost, it's Leo season, and the sun is it's the best position for the sun to be in. So that's really cool. But then it's sextile Mars in Gemini, where Jupiter is. So there's a very expansive nature of communication and exploring new ideas and opinions and learning. There's so much learning going on, and we are able to implement that into our daily life, into our authentic being. So Mars and the Sun sextile, is very energetic, very powerful, very willpower-y or willpower-ish. This month, there's so much gonna happen. it's just unreal. But you know, um, Mars in Gemini is very curious and wants to explore, so we'll have that nature. But then the Sun in Leo is all about radiating that and really bringing that forth. So if you're in a teaching position, or if you're in a creative position, as in like writing, if you are a speaker, you know, this is for extroverts, this is insanely well, you know. For introverts, maybe not as much. Well, hold on. There is something where, you know, the Sun in Leo, for this chart, at least, you know, for Belgium, and for most of Europe, honestly, it's different for the States, you know. But the Sun is in the 12th house, right? Because we have a Virgo ascendant, so which means that we're gonna apply, we're gonna do, and that's what I actually love. And it's good for introverts because, you know, instantly we just think about, okay, I've learned something new, what can I do with it, you know? And okay, I've heard some new information, and there's an instant questioning, there's an instant investigating, it's back and forth. You know, it's the Eric Weinstein's in the exalted way of doing and using this energy, as in like listening to someone and then repeating what has been said, and then instantly, you know, saying what you think is true, and then testing it. It's very, I would say, it is like this conversation of Terrence Howard and Eric Weinstein. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. You know, it's Terrence Howard is Leo. I'm not saying he's a Leo, but it's like that's a representation for this Leo energy. He just takes the stage and just says whatever the fuck he thinks, and you know, whether it's true or not. And then Eric Weinstein is like very Virgo-ish, Gemini-ish, and he just, you know, goes to the bottom of it, but he keeps respect for the theories that the other person has stated, but questions them very, you know, critically, which is the way it should be. But what I'm saying is that it is a combination. This energy is a combination of Eric Weinstein and Terrence Howard, and getting the best of both, which is really cool. Which is, we will arrive if we think critically, but if we also just, we're not afraid to express our truth with Sun in Leo, sextile Mars in Gemini. We're not. We're just getting it out. And we fully own it. And there's this kind of courage that we have. And so I was saying that I love every bit of what I was seeing, and there's more, you know. Now let me just state one thing that I think will, like, is not only for introverts really good. The Sun is in the 12th house. There is some kind of suffering. There is some kind of isolation, slowly, and in the background, and it goes away quickly. You know, because we got Venus in Leo there too, which Venus and Leo will solve the problem. The fact that we have Mars sextile solves the issue. If we're more extrovert, the Jupiter is in Gemini sextiling the Moon and Venus. You know, so there's this connection where we're actually able to go deep and able to meditate. And I think this month, the challenge is going to be to not be out all the time. And that's where I think the Sun in Leo in the 12th house could be kind of holy shit, I just want to get away for a sec because it's so overwhelming to be out all the time, and we just want to retrieve. We're going to either push ourselves, or we're going to go into this burnout, because Sun sextile Mars in Gemini with Jupiter Gemini, with the Moon full in Aquarius, we are out, people, communication, processing of data, ya la 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 la. It's like, holy shit. So, you know, if we don't pay attention, then we will have a backlash, is what I'm saying. So, um, you know, the fact that it's a full moon in Aquarius, too, is there's manifestations happening. Its energy is running high. This catharsis, which, you know, full moon in Aquarius, in and of itself, is very unpredictable, and there will be a lot of plot twists. You know, if you just look at, you know, the mass shooting, the Trump shooting, and which was with masses, but the Trump shooting, the Biden thing about falling away, the Terrence Howard conversation with Eric Weinstein too, like all these things, but that really is not as related, but it kind of happened in this building up towards the full moon in the Cancer season. So anyway, it's kind of in that energy, but what I'm saying is just so much new theories or happenings, and then just like all of a sudden the president gets shot. All of a sudden, President Biden steps down. All of a sudden, you know, there's new theories. There's like it just keeps changing. Whatever we thought was true then gets changed, and it's just like we could get lost in too much information, and if we don't pay attention, we lose our center, right? And so we have to always. The good thing about this energy too is that there's a lot of air energy, and so if we keep connected to the breath and to our heart, with Sun is in Leo, heart, Mars in Gemini, and Jupiter Gemini is the breathing. So if we keep, you know, regulating our breathing, and we keep tuning into our heart, the emotions, we let them run, we let them, you know, without judgment, we just observe with the Buddhi mind, then I think we can just remain very calm, even in the midst of a, you know, tornado or like a desert storm. It's like this energy is pretty desert stormy, you know. What's more, we got well, obviously the full moon in Aquarius makes Uranus important, and Uranus is in Taurus. And well, you know, we have Mercury exact square Uranus. So we are, that's more of what I was saying about new ideas, new conversations, uh, like not even on the world stage, just, but also in your day-to-day life, we just get stimulated, like zook, zook. It's like, you know, with a taser, like zook, people tasing you and teasing you, like zook. You know, it is very nervous system overwhelming, I would say. We will have shocking revelations, as in ideas, but we also see things that are shocking. Mercury square Uranus, you know. But really, what this is doing with the full moon Aquarius, which has a very rebellious nature, which has a very like, you know, individuation process of like separating ourselves from old beliefs, old ways of doing things. And with Mercury square Uranus, with Mercury in Leo, and Uranus and Taurus, these are, I've always, you know, this the whole Uranus cycle. Whenever something Taurus Leo happened or is happening, it is masks dropping. You know, and especially Mercury is a communication mask. It is the front of what we think. And so these are ideas shifting, ideas like changing, beliefs, the way we think. And that's the invitation, right? And it's scary because it's the first quarter phase between Mercury and Uranus. So we're like, we can't keep up with how, you know, this is like bipolar kind of energy. Sun opposite moon, Mercury square Uranus, you know, Sun in the 12th. This is bipolar stuff. But, you know, we're shifting our ideas so rapidly. We have to be very careful, too. because everything is evolving so fast that we don't lose ourselves. That's why I'm saying keep connected to the breathing and to the heart. That's our saving grace this month. And to question and to meditate, neutral mind usage for those Kundalini yogis out there. Um, and yeah, to keep true to your values, to know what your values are, and to not be so rigid to hold on to those values, but to know who you are or what you stand for, at least, and to allow it to be changed. But it's going to change so fast that when we look back, is this truly really like what this belongs to my authentic self? Because that's what Leo is doing all the time. This is about the authentic version of ourselves. And the sun is also trining Neptune. It is opposing Pluto, which there's this, it's power plays, right? It's allowing our ego to die too. Um, it is a lot of sexual power. Sun in Leo, opposite Pluto. It is also to be aware of how you use your Leo energy, meaning taking the stage or leadership, and to be aware of your power and your responsibilities. Because Sun in Leo, opposite Pluto, we're going to see some leaders, using their leadership for their own purposes. Like this is, um, yeah, this is like Donald Trump stuff. You know, he is a Leo ascendant with a Sun in Gemini. So this energy for him too is just triggering all of these. It's good energy for him, but that's what I'm saying is, he's not afraid to, you know, brag. It's brag energy, and but there's something behind the scenes. There's many other reasons why they're using their image, their ego, their whatever it is, manipulation is what I'm saying. Sun trine Neptune is beautiful to manifest our dreams, and it is like, even it could feel like we're playing God. So with this full moon in Aquarius energy that is in Leo, with Sun opposite Pluto, Jupiter in Gemini, with Mars in Gemini, it's like the crazy scientist experimenting with weird intentions. So anyway, what's always very cool is I draw the Moon Oracle cards, which I will base my Sun, Moon, Ascendant energy reading on, and it always matches so well with the energy. So then I blend them afterwards. So what I drew, well, the moment I start preparing, the moon is in a certain phase. It was and is still a it's a moon in Pisces, full moon, waning gibbous kind of phase. So that's important because it says something about this month, what we can expect. And that is at Sun trine Neptune kind of energy, Sun in the 12th house type of energy of a certain imagination that we have. It is also reaping benefits emotionally on something that we've been working on, mostly a relationship or a situation that we really feel love towards. But it is like, if you've been trying to connect whatever with nature, or trying to connect with a loving person, or just trying to feel in a certain way at work or at home, all those things, that emotional work that we've done is like coming to a fruition. We are reaping the benefits. It is a harvest time, is what that's saying. So emotionally and imaginative, the imagination is really powerful, is what I'm saying. And then the sub moon card is was a moon in Aquarius. Interestingly, we start Leo with the moon in Aquarius, full moon phase. And it was a full moon card too. So that is the culmination of an idea, the completion of an idea even, and manifesting something about that we've hoped for, an idea, and surprises. You know, I've talked about that too. So that intertwines as well. Um, so all of this for me is saying, well, okay, there is gifts there this month in Leo season. Gifts are being bestowed upon us that are the result of our beliefs that are changing into something new. And that is because, what is a belief? A belief is where we match an idea and a vision, something that we can imagine in our imagination, with a feeling. And it is the same energy, the same vibe. We feel the same energy as what is being imagined, and it matches, and it mostly is because of gratitude or love or joy, whatever we're feeling. It's a high vibe energy, and because of it, it manifests, because that's what is needed. It is positive idea, and then the emotion attracts that which we imagine and thus create and send out into the world. So we've been working on an idea that we wanted to manifest, and we are going to explore in the personal reading, when we go private for the tribe, well, what is it exactly that we are manifesting? What new belief has entered our life? What area is that happening in, and how does that look like? So pretty much, just to sum it up, it is gifts being bestowed upon you for a new way of being. And because of that, the next cards were very interesting. It was the musician card and then the altar. So the musician card with Sun, Jupiter, Aries card. So Sun, making Sun and Jupiter very important. There are new opportunities existing or coming to the forefront because of, obviously, you holding a new belief and you manifesting. So you're creating new opportunities into your environment. We're going to check that out. What are these new opportunities that are manifesting in your life all about? But then the result, so that is what is happening next. But then the result of that is altar. That's an interesting card because that's Mercury and Saturn, and it shows a fear of you know, challenging the status quo. So the status quo obviously is being challenged because you hold a new belief into what you think is possible, and you know, you change your way of being. And so now people around you are like, what the fuck? Or you even inside of you are like, what the fuck? And you know, you have patterns that are invested in maintaining the world the way it should be. But we have an opportunity here with the Sun Jupiter card, musician, to create our own song, universe, one song. You are your own universe, you're in verse, as Robert Grant says. So what song are you going to play? Because you have this ability to create whatever it is that you desire, and the opportunity to persuade others into this way of being. Not to manipulate with Sun opposite Pluto, we have to be very aware, but out of love, out of creativity, out of joy, and taking into account the other person, because, and that's where it is like, really, I can't make this up. is the card that what needs to be done by you and me is the Gaia card, which is Libra, which is October, but is also about other people and just, weighing out the options. What is the most important thing to do now? And listening. So you're gonna have to tune into your environment. I mean, full moon in Aquarius, come on, and then Jupiter, Gemini, Mars, Gemini. We're gonna have that discussion, but we have to be aware that we also take into account, well, what is the other person's way of being, their worldview, because they are not in your head and you're not in theirs. So, you know, to be able to adjust, to be able to listen, to be able to tune in and say, this is what I think, this is what I believe. How do you feel about that? And see what they say. And they're going to be challenged. And then you have the ability to use your imagination, use your rhetoric, use the emotion, and really adjust that energy and make the person also see the beauty of this without imposing something, but inviting them into your world, right? And so what this Gaia card also says is that we're gonna have, to some extent, be confronted with some challenges. Sun in the 12th house too. Like, it's not gonna be as easy to make this happen. It's going to require that you defend some things into your life and go to the extra mile to protect that which is very important. That's why I said, with Mercury square Uranus, and Mars in Gemini, Jupiter Gemini, it's so fast changing energy. If we don't pay attention, we end up in the world of someone else without really, if we, well, that's okay. But if we have checked, then we got to make sure that we checked whether that is true to us, whether that we find that important. And so, the Gaia card also for me says that Gaia, Mother Earth, is asking to bring peace, bring balance. And that's why I always say, well, this is, when you talk about 7-direction medicine, we have the up, down, left, right axes, which are very important. The up down is the integrity of the spiritual energy being downloaded from the heart, the emotions that you feel, and whatever you do with those emotions, energy in motion. And energy is another word for love, or love is another word for energy, because if emotions are experienced in the heart, love is the highest frequency, which, because it supports us, it gives us health, love, connection to our environment. So love is the highest frequency. There is a highest frequency, and love encompasses everything. That is returning to oneness versus the polarity world of left-right. And that overshadows that left-right. You are able to feel the whole spectrum, but as the Hermetic principle says, there is one truth, and there is a highest vibration. That is love. But then, and where I'm getting to, is we have to walk our path ourselves. Because when we are nailed on the cross, right? Left, right, up, down, that's the human being. But we decide to move our body, and that's the north-south axis. The north-south axis is interesting because our north, we navigate via north, right? So what do we use for that? We use a compass. So that compass is made out of what? Iron, because it is aligned to magnetic north. Iron aligns to magnetic north. And our blood is oxygen, water, but also iron. So when we follow our soul's path, then now we are following our true purpose, which is to align our heart with magnetic north of the earth. So we're not just doing it for ourselves, we're doing it in alignment with nature, with magnetic north, which, is the electromagnetic field of the earth, which is the heart of the earth. It's the spine of Gaia. Your spine, aligning it with the spine of Gaia. That's what that's about. So, if you truly live in your heart, and you stay connected to the breath and the heart and the thinking and the gut, you're going to follow not just your truth, but Gaia's truth. Because you're connected to everything around you. You don't want to hurt everything. You don't want to waste everything. You want to destroy everything. No. You want to live in alignment with it. You listen to the messages of your environment. And we can create endless opportunities. Everybody gets a part in this dance that you play. That the song that you play. So, we're going to dive in and get very specific on what opportunities are arising, to what extreme that you have to go, what needs to be done, what kind of, in what area these people are going to fight back, or where the status quo is going to be challenged, and what you can do. So, see you in the tribe. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in. Say hello. Let me know what you think. And so much love to you. See you next month. Bye-bye.